What has your writing journey been like up until this point?
Okay, so I've always dabbled with writing, and then I guess life got in the way.
I
I
feel that.
was, yeah. So when I was younger, I did a psych degree because I was really interested in the way people ticked. And, and I used to like to write that about characters and place and how people interacted with place. But then I had a family really young and I had four kids. And I needed something more flexible. So I fell into teaching and I fell into English teaching, which is, so English lit over here is compulsory right through the schooling years. And I found my passion for teaching and it rekindled my passion for writing. Um, and I guess it kind of went from there. But the kicker for me was I always loved post-apocalyptic fiction. I like sci-fi. I mean, I like it all. I like thrillers. I'll read anything, but I really, really like post-apocalyptic. And when the pandemic hit, I thought, oh, this great, great time to explore more. And we were all working from home and things.
Right.
But I couldn't find what I wanted to read, which was something post-apocalyptic set in Australia. I really wanted something set here, and that didn't include someone who had access to, weapons and was a prepper and all that sort of thing, because none of us were really. No one in my circle was anything like that. And I guess being in lockdown kind of came as a shock because, we only ever had enough groceries to last us a week at most. And it's not like we had stores of things or anything. So I guess I ended up writing what I wanted to read, and I wanted to read something. And when I sort of got deeper into it, I wanted to read something with characters that were from my world. So out here in Western Sydney, at the hills of the Blue Mountains, it's a real cultural melting pot, and we have a lot of second and third generation immigrants. I'm a second generation immigrant from Maltese. A heritage, and I really wanted to give those people a voice. So hence the first series, and now there's a spin-off series as well. So
Oh, that's awesome. I totally get what you're saying though, because I have a
yeah.
friend who lives overseas and he
Hmm.
was like, so I think his family is originally from Thailand, but he's currently like now they had moved to South Korea for a bit, and they kind of moved around after that. He's been in Japan for a little bit, but he's like has been currently writing like his own like zombie like thriller kind of thing. But he's like, yeah, all I get is like American, people fighting zombies. He's like, I'm gonna do my own thing, but I love zombies because I just want it to be somebody besides, Woody Harrelson or whatever in Zombieland or those guys. And I was like, oh, that's such a good point. And yeah, I thought I'm like, I would totally read that. I hope that he finishes and stuff. So I would totally read that from somebody else's perspective. So I don't know. I really like that you did that. I have actually read a really cool, I'm not really super into just like straight fiction, but I read a book called Jasper Jones and it's set
Yeah,
yeah, it was just
I
what if no
teach
one
it.
yeah, oh my gosh. I talk about it all the time. So I know everybody on this podcast is like, Dan, come on, we're gonna read the book at some point. But everybody should pause and go read it now. That was one of the best books I ever read. It was from my first master's degree for special education, but I loved like where it was set, and Australia and the time period. And as a history teacher, it was just amazing. But it always made me think, right? Like, because I do urban fantasy, sci-fi, and fantasy, and their subgenres, and I'm always thinking like, how can I do something, similar? But yeah, it was really cool. So I love that you went from, that type of perspective and location, for that type of genre. So I think that's super, super cool. And what a better time to write about something like that than during the pandemic. So,
Well, yeah, I don't know.
well, now
It might
people
be
like
the
forgot
same.
about it, right? Like,
Yeah, it's
like
true. That's
fiction now, right? We were fine. Like we were all just hanging out and watching Netflix.
okay. I mean,
Yeah,
there were good parts of it. Like,
yeah.
you know, there were good parts of it. But yeah, no, I love using Australian settings and in Jasper Jones, the setting's almost a character in itself. And
Really
that's
is, yeah.
what I try to achieve as well. Because for post-apocalyptic fiction, setting is so important and it influences plot and it influences characterization. And so I wanted to bring that visceral feel into my novels as well. So
Well, that's awesome. Super cool.